Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Beer Shark outside.
We're back.
We're on the goddamn move.
We're on the famous balcony over at Morton
balcony.
Yeah.
Watching a dude across the road. He's detailing an obscene amount of couches. He's got like
he's polishing a lot of couches.
20 couches, and these aren't fuck around. These are like leather daddies.
It's so they're like something you'd have in a den.
Yeah,
they're den couches.
He's prepping for the biggest fireside chat of history.
You'd smoke a cigar on half of those. I want to yell out to him, but I don't want to ruin the podcast by because then he'll say something,
and then we could have an audience.
I don't want to have to turn the camera around. I love you, Jack.
It's a hard medium to master.
Right.
Trying to pod while there's a dude. One guy. I can do a crowd.
I can do a crowd. I can't do a couch cunt.
No couch cunts.
No couch cunts on this show.
Number one rule.
So I've been doing a few things over the weekend. Wrap for this movie that I'm in. I'm in a feature film, Jack.
Brilliant.
I'm in a feature film, and that sort of, it's not wrapped, but they do like a Christmas wrap. So it's like the production's wrapped for the year. So
and then you come back next year.
Yeah. So I haven't even been on camera yet, but I'm meeting some of the cast and crew, and they gave me pizza and ginger beer.
Okay, so it sounds like a high production, real high class event.
Dude, let me tell you something. It doesn't matter who you are. Pizza and ginger beer are a good goddamn mix.
Can't fuck around. I
had probably 4 steins of this stuff. I could have had 5.
Is this a non-alcoholic ginger beer?
No.
Okay.
Dude, I was shit fucked in the afternoon, and then I went down to South Bank to this other bar with this, for my airport job. Saw King. Cut King was there.
Oh, you saw the King?
Yeah, had a couple of whiskeys there, and then on to West End for this other thing. Man, I've been at it. But then, I chilled in the afternoon, and I sort of sobered up very much, and came home and watched some Larry David. Oh, shit, son of a bitch. Hang on. Hold it, everybody.
We have the camera mounted on the guardrail. Why'd you have
to touch it, Jack?
Because it was off. The angle was off, and it almost fell to its... It wouldn't have fallen to its death. That thing can take a goddamn pounding.
Oh, can it?
Yeah, this is the Pamela Anderson of GoPros. All right. I think that feels good.
That feel?
Yeah, that feels all right. We just got to figure out how to rotate
Son of my bitch.
There you go.
Does that feel good?
A little bit on an angle, but that's all right.
Bit of a weird angle?
No, we're feeling jazzy for this episode.
Adjust your screens, people. Adjust your screens.
Rotate them like 10 degrees.
Well, anyway. So that's what I've been up to. What's going on in your life?
Oh, man. I'm trying to be better. Trying to be a better boyfriend.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you got the little girl.
I don't do enough.
Little girlfriend there.
I'm trying to do some more shit.
Yeah.
You came around. You gave me a little bit of advice. Some Jordan Peterson-esque.
Now this was after the last podcast that we did in the north.
Yes, and she was coming over that day.
We did the north. You had a date planned for the evening, and I had some questions about how you were organizing yourself for the imminent arrival of the lovely girlfriend situation.
The countdown has begun.
And we didn't have a lot of time.
No, we had like an hour.
So you had an hour. You had some bedding issues. You had some bedroom issues. You got a bit of a living room problem.
Well, I remember you came into my bedroom because I wanted to show you my new little aircon. I got the little evaporative cooling system.
Right.
And you look at it and you go, well, I'm glad you brought me in here. Let's tackle some issues.
Yeah, you got a disaster if you're having a woman over.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
But she's used to it.
Yeah,
she's ready for the pig pen, which makes it better. When you do something,
yeah, that's what I said. You're just like, man, she's used to this disgusting hovel, and I was like, yeah. It doesn't have to be that way, and just a little sprucing.
It took me like 10 minutes.
Okay, and did you notice any results, or was it a different vibe? What else did you do? What exactly did you change, or what did you do before she sort of came over?
I put on a nice shirt.
Hey.
I put on some I don't think I put on long pants. I put on some nice shorts that don't have no holes in them.
Middle of summer,
Middle of summer.
Yeah.
Got some
put
nice
on a shirt
shorts
with no holes.
Yeah, and put on my Tommy Hilfiger bloody polo.
Oh,
I'm ripping out the Primo fabrics.
Yeah, goddamn, all right.
I'm trying to...
That's a breathable fabric. That's a summer fab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a little shave. She doesn't like... She likes. I mean, she doesn't mind the beard, but she loves the moustache. So now I'm stuck with just the moustache. You know, for her.
It's a good time It's a good time in history for the stash. It's come back.
It's come back.
It's been
full
enough
force.
time since Hitler.
True.
Moustaches are back.
I'm probably going to be the next guy to ruin them.
You do have a filthy moustache.
Because I'm going to do something awful and then it's going to go out of fashion.
It's
like when they stopped selling the Bronco after OJ.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you've done these things. She's come over. How long before you noticed that her mood is a little altered by the effort you've put in?
She's a generally sprightly woman.
Yeah, she's got a
very
great
chipper.
attitude. Yeah, she's a great chick. Yeah,
So,
true.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot I noticed, but I was happy that I put forth the effort.
Good.
And you know, you were sending me snorkel emojis all day.
Right, because I thought that cleaning your room would help you get your dick sucked.
Apparently.
Yeah. That's the only reason to ever clean your room.
That's true. That should be the name of the new Jordan Peterson thing.
Want your dick sucked?
Want your dick sucked? Wash a sheet.
It's already a bestseller, but I feel like he'd get back on the shelf with that.
He could win the left there, because
The left don't ever get snorkels.
they would like. I feel like if you gave the left an opportunity to start getting snorkels, they would take it.
I don't know, man. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying I don't know about that because I don't think
They're not a snorkel oriented.
Dude, they don't get any snorkel. You think like lefty dudes, these little like dorky doers, do what I'm told, think what I'm told to think, walking around. You think that guy's getting his dick sucked? I'm telling you, man. After he drops his leaflets about his libertarian march in all the letterboxes around West End, after he's done with that and he's had his vegan pie and he's wrecked. He's got to have a snooze. No one wants to sleep next to that unwashed fuck. He's not getting a snorkel.
That's true. That prisoner of war.
He's not getting shit, man.
That's true. Yeah, I guess.
So how you gonna sell a snorkel to a guy who's never had any snorkel before? It's like trying to sell him a goddamn beef brisket.
More importantly, how's that dude going to try to sell his own snorkel stalk to the woman that is hanging out with this cunt?
He's not going to be able to sell his snorkel stalk to
She's
anyone.
not adjusting his spanner.
No, absolutely not. No, she's not going to clean his stick and stones.
No.
With her muzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a nice weekend. It was just a lovely weekend. We had a wonderful weekend.
Could I be so rude?
Sure. I couldn't imagine.
Could I be so crude as to inquire snorkel velocity percentage improvement based on changes made via Jim's recommendation? Was there an upswing in snorkel consistency? You've put in effort. Not all snorkels are created equal.
No.
It might have been an extra effort. I don't know. Was there anything? Give me something. I mean, did you notice? Maybe she paid for half her breakfast. I don't know.
Well,
because that's something. If a girl like you chip in a couple of bucks, maybe she likes you more.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, pay for her own Hungry Jacks or whatever it is we're doing.
Paying for their own shit you consume is a foreign concept to women.
That's true.
I'm generalizing, but I'm just saying, like, if a girl really likes you, and she's like, I'll get this one.
Yep.
You're like, holy shit.
She likes paying for shit more than me. Like, I'll try to pay for shit, and she's like, nah. She's always got the tab.
So that's always been
She's always doing the pay.
She's on that. Okay, all right.
But I will say that my roommate got home at one point this is on the Friday night.
Righto.
Oh, on the Saturday night, sorry. He sits down and eventually notices like his chair's like moving, like rocking almost. And he's like,
oh.
What the fuck is...
What's going on
here?
There's movement at the station.
It looks at the TV. The TV is like wobbling a bit as well. You can see it in the reflect. We got like a big fucking TV.
This sounds like there's some humping going on.
He walks over to the kitchen. The water cooler is like splashing.
Oh shit!
So we're like moving this fucking entire house. He's a sweet young man.
Lovely guy.
His first thought is, oh, it's an earthquake. And then
he's not entirely wrong.
He panics.
Yeah.
He goes to my room. He's like knocking on my door. He's like, are you guys up?
Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
What's going on?
There's an earthquake. And what are you just sort of like, you're goddamn right, there's an earthquake.
I heard faint knocking and I was like, oh, I think that's just the wind on my door. So we both thought that each other was a weather-related incident.
Right.
Neither of us were aware of the impact that we were having on the house. I didn't know he was knocking. He didn't know I was, blowing holes in the ozone.
I can tell you, man, if he was fucking, I feel like the movement would be more.
Man,
If
we
when
gotta
he-
get some
when-
ratchet straps.
Dude, when that guy fucks, you might want to leave the house.
No, yeah, I'll get him to
You might
to
want
write
be
that one in the
like,
calendar.
Yeah.
So I know I gotta
Leave
go
you
do
to
something
it.
else.
He is a lovely man. He's a good man, isn't he? He's always so friendly to me. He's always so nice to me.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
So we had just a nice little weekend, and then Sunday she was going back to mine.
Yeah.
I was at hers up in the bay, and then we're like, all right, well, let's go back to mine. We can chill there, and then call it a weekend.
Now, because you're not crazy sexual person, when you say let's go back to my place and we can chill,
we're
you
literally just
mean we're
chilling.
just going to go back to my place and chill. When
Yep.
I say, if I say to a woman we're going to go back to my place and chill, what she hears is we're going to go back to my place and I'm going to try to touch your private area.
Yeah.
And then she's got to make the decision, do I really want, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not asking, do you want to come back to my place and watch Seinfeld?
We were literally watching Seinfeld.
Who wouldn't watch Seinfeld? But, when you say it, I mean, she's like, oh, go back to your place and chill.
Yeah.
But on this occasion, was it chill or was it more...
Well, it wasn't.
Was it more snorkeling?
The trip to the destination was a lot less chill than the actual hanging out at home.
The trip.
The trip. Rough trip.
In
Rough
the car,
drive.
In the car.
In the car. We convoyed. Both have MX-5s.
Oh, you're not driving together, you're driving separate?
We're driving separate because
Okay.
she was going to go home afterwards.
Gotcha.
I was ahead by about 20, 30 meters or something like that. We're on the highway.
Okay.
She is in the left lane, and then the truck in the middle lane, she's overtaking a truck.
Okay.
A road train, a big Mack fucking
Big
thing.
boy. Okay.
She's listening to WAP as well, Cardi B's WAP.
Why?
She loves it. And then there's that line. You know that line where I was like, I want you to park this Big Mac truck in my little garage. That line?
Okay.
And as soon as that line happened, this truck just merges into her. And then her car spins around and gets pushed up against the front of this truck at 100 kilometers an hour. She's going sideways, 100 kilometers an hour, against the grill of this truck. And then the truck puts on his
man.
brakes. She spins. I'm watching ever since I heard the tires squeak, I'm watching the rear view.
So you can see this happening.
I can see this
You
happening.
must be freaking...
She starts spinning.
Wow.
I'm assuming that someone else would come along and hit her that didn't realize, because she just span into a new lane.
Yeah.
I was certain that someone would be just douche.
Yeah, but yeah.
That would have been it.
Yeah.
But no, she span out, smashed into the guardrail, and then came to a stop. The car's written off.
Fuck yeah. Very much.
Yeah, no more car.
It's been truck fucked.
And then, went to the hospital. We got out of the hospital at 3 or something in the morning.
Yeah.
So we were there
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a while.
Well, they got to run all the scans and everything on it.
just to make sure.
Yeah.
And there was this bitch at the hospital. There was
There's always a
some
bitch
sort
at the
of-
hospital, mate.
some sort of whore.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's an early morning rush of whores.
She was also hit by a bus on foot.
Is that innuendo?
No, I don't think she's been hit by a bus for a while,
Okay.
except for this literal bus.
Right.
And she was just yelling and calling everyone dogs and throwing shit at them and
What
trying
a
to.
lovely, lovely lady. Which hospital was this?
This is a Royal Brisbane. This isn't a
Okay.
fuck around hospital.
I was thinking Caboolture.
Me too. Yeah, it would have been.
It's like, oh,
Could have
yeah.
been Redcliffe.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been surprised though.
The Royal Brisbane, yeah, okay. That is a rough side of town, man. She was probably just on the street just outside that hospital. I've seen some dodgy shit. Lutwich
Yeah.
Road, what the fuck?
But she, when Kayla was on the phone telling her friends about what happened, she was like, "Can you shut the fuck up? Fuck off, guys!" Screaming at her.
God.
And then, I wanted to be like, "Hey, have you noticed that we have visitors and you're kind of, you're alone
Yeah.
because you're unpleasant? I imagine
Yeah.
not many people would be rushing to come see you."
No. The friends and family hope she dies.
Well, I mean, she was like, "Get a hold of my kids. You got to call my kids. If you can't call them, they'll be dead tomorrow." I'm like, "Thank God."
Yeah, just extinguish
just let
this
it be
bloodline.
done.
Yeah, blah.
Yeah.
20 years later, one of her kids is there, you fucking dogs, I've been hit by a bus.
I think the bus driver should get the Victorian Cross. I think he's done a wonderful thing.
He's a great man. Bus driver, clean your room, get a snorkel, have yourself a hot dog. Have yourself a hot dog.
Get yourself a weenie.
Dagwood dog.
But the interesting thing about this Cardi B thing, I
Yeah.
think it was a curse. I think it is some sort of hex. Because what are the odds?
The WAP hex.
What are the odds of listening to a song about a Mack truck, being hit by a Mack truck?
Yeah.
And also, here's the weird thing: I'm not a buster. I don't blow.
No.
Because I'm just not that interested, frankly.
I get it. We just define that. What do you mean you don't blow?
I fuck and then I just I'm done when I've decided I'm bored.
Right.
And then I'll just stop.
You're not cooking off a batch.
No, I'm not whipping. Yeah, I'm not using my Basta. And
Gotcha.
yeah, the odd thing is, after the fucking incident, and we got back to mine, twice in an hour.
You ejaculated?
We were going at it, and then that made, I blasted twice, which is 2 times more than typical.
Okay, okay, now I don't know a lot about women. I don't know a lot. But can I guess something and you tell me if I'm wrong?
Yeah.
I'm going to guess that this ejaculation made her very happy.
She was over the moon.
Yeah.
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 And to be fair, I'm glad it was the truck bit.
Right.
Because when you think about it, that's the least violent line in the song.
Yeah, it's all fucked. It's
If
filth.
there was any line for me to experience from that song, it'd be the truck.
Yeah.
Every other line is about getting fucked in the throat. Like, I'm not sure. I wouldn't have liked it if someone did that. I'd prefer they hit it with a truck.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like being fucked in the throat.
Can't imagine anyone would under surprise on the M1.
Not on surprise, but it's definitely happened on the M1 on purpose.
That's true.
I got that joke about it.
Yeah, the old gear stick.
Man, it's not a good idea to snorkel someone in the car. I know it's sexy and it's whatever you think it is, but man, there's got to be. Could you get fined for that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I like the idea of like getting pulled over while you're getting the snorkel, but it's like a dom situation, like a domination sort of relationship. And you pulled over, and she's like, and you're like, shh.
She's the submissive one.
Yeah, continue snorkeling me. And then the cop, you get pulled over, and the cop comes over. You're still getting your dick sucked, and the cop just looks in, and you just say to him, "What seems to be the problem, officer?"
Don't break character.
This is unsafe. Right, and you're going to get a fine for, I don't know what it would be, dangerous driving, probably similar to being on your phone, I don't know, would it be on the phone, whatever, but he's like, you're going to get a fine, and I'm like, all right, I'm still getting the snorkel. He's like, would you just stop what you're doing? And I'm like, it's my car, I'm getting the fine, right, I'm going to finish,
I'm paying for this premium.
Yeah, I'm paying for this, and to be honest, if I don't come, I shouldn't get the fine. So, you're happy, you can watch or whatever,
Yeah.
Because if I don't, right? In this way, Jack, if you were getting the snorkel, you might be able to avoid the fine. You're like, I didn't come.
Yeah. You pay.
She just does this to pass the time.
You're paying for the right to have a snorkel. And then if you also have the snorkel interrupted, what am I paying for?
Yeah, what am I paying for?
Yeah.
Yeah, you goddamn shit for brains asshole.
Bad deal.
Typical cops.
But it's interesting that was the thing. I think maybe it just got the WAP curse. It's bananas.
Man, if you don't come and now you're coming, that's no WAP curse. That's WAP glory.
It's WAP glory, yeah.
Dude, this is a miracle.
A blessing, that's it, yeah.
It is a blessing. I mean, and a curse. I mean,
Can't
with
stop.
the truck and everything, that's pretty bad. Sucks
Yeah.
that she lost her car.
No good.
But I'm glad you emptied your jar.
What about a cut? Sorry to loop back to the cop pulling you over.
Right.
Your cop pulls you over. You get in the snorkel, and then he's like, "Oh, you don't have an H pattern on your shifter. I'm gonna have to defect you."
No.
That's the only thing he minds.
He's just like... He doesn't even mention...
No.
He doesn't reference
He
it.
has to look past the snorkel.
He like moves her head to the side. He's
He
like,
moves her.
Can I have a... Yeah, that's a problem.
Mm.
Is it? Is it really?
No.
Yeah, it's a defect right there. Like, oh, maybe I can glue it, honey.
Honey, let's speed it up.
Finish what we're doing here. I got to get to the Auto Pro.
You got to go to the AutoZone.
What if Auto Pro started a side business, which was like a drive-through snorkel? It was an Auto Pro, and the Pro was short for prostitute, and you just slide by there, and a woman or a dude, whatever you order at the little kiosk before you get up to it, the head he like reaches out like at the McDonald's little window, they just come right out. Another man is holding her feet and she goes all the way out into your lap, snorkels you off, and then it's just, you just pay with your credit card and off you go.
Based on the
And
stories.
you can get car parts as well.
So it's still an Auto Pro.
Yeah, you just like, I'm gonna need some springs and spark plugs. I'll take a snork.
What if you go? Oh, this would be funny. Going into an AutoZone or whatever, going into Autobahn, buying a snorkel for your 4-wheel drive, and be like, this didn't fucking work.
This piece of
This
shit.
is a piece of shit.
I tried this every which way. Am I using the wrong sized prong?
I need to get a.
Do you have something I can use to fit this correctly?
Is there an accessory that I might have to purchase?
And I don't want to start talking to people on the street.
You don't want to.
But
Well, these people are passing by.
I don't want to talk to them, but I do feel tempted. When I'm on this balcony, I feel like a king, Jack.
You're in your own domain.
And I harass people from this balcony and put it on Instagram all the time.
I think that alone would make the property value go up, because it's such a great idea. If you want to look at people and talk shit from up here,
It's all I want to do with my whole life. I wish I could get paid for it.
it's my favorite thing about this apartment.
It's so good. And I was offered to go back down to Unit 1. I can't justify it. This is where it's at. By the way, on Instagram, James Matthews Comedy, follow me on Instagram, you goddamn dogs, because you will see me harassing people from the balcony, and you'll really enjoy that very much.
Unit 1's accessible. You can just climb up there. You can climb up here.
I can climb up here, yeah.
But no one would. That's the thing. You're safe up here.
No one can climb like I can climb.
No. But if you're fucking with people from up here,
Oh, dude.
you don't have to worry about shit.
Dude, if someone came climbing up here to get me, I don't know why they haven't just taken the stairs. Because I can lock this the same as I could lock the front door.
That's true.
If they choose to climb up here, you know what I'm going to do? I got some, off camera, I got some pot plants and things.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell you, I would just say, stop climbing, please. Then you would get a terracotta to the schnoggin. And I'd be within my rights. You know, I'm afraid. What's this guy coming to do to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'd be no legal defense.
I got a little plant called Spiky Bastard.
Spiky Bastard.
Spiky Bastard would be a good projectile. That's the first one I throw.
yeah.
And I'm not meaning to get him with the pot either. I'm meaning to get him with the spikes in the eyes.
Yeah, that's for the spikes. But the heavy cunts, you're dropping the pot. You're going crockery first.
I would drop it because I feel like it would be more accurate. I would want to throw with force, but that I might miss.
Yeah, it's a very Acme way to die.
Yeah, it's
very
the Road
Warner
Runner.
Brothers.
Yeah, totally.
If I was across the road and I saw someone going, the scene of you talking shit, not even being malicious.
No, I'm just like,
Just
hey,
saying
you
some
going?
shit. Hey, what are you
You're going
doing?
for a walk, are you, pal?
That's
That's the sort of shit I give.
He loses his mind. There's
Yeah, what are you
people that
walking
lose
your
their mind.
dog? Walking your dog, eh?
Just fucking climbing.
People get very upset when you ask them if they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah, which is why it's a great question.
Yeah, well, I'm just after confirmation.
Yeah.
It's my way of saying hello.
Oh, you're carrying... My favourites are the ones where you don't even mention what it is they're doing specifically.
Right.
Like, oh, you're carrying something there?
Yeah, right. The less of the description,
Yeah.
the more. Yeah. There was the one down here where the guy is like road working dude, and he's dug a big hole and he's like changing the valve or something on a fire hydrant. And I walk past and I'm like, digging a hole, are you boys? And the guy's like, and he's real nice. He's like, g'day, mate. Yeah, no, we're just changing the valve on this. And I'm like, no, I know what you're doing. I've done a few over at my house recently. And he's like, right. And I said, it's good to see. Yeah, you've done that correctly, so that's good.
Yeah, good on you, boys.
Good. All right, fellas. And the guy's just like, yeah, all right. All right.
My favourite was the roadworks.
When I had the roadworks, yeah, so I had the roadworks right out here.
The
out
guy
the
was
front.
on a steamroller.
Yeah.
He didn't even mention the name of the equipment. You're like, oh, you're driving the thing, are you? It's just so disrespectful.
Just downplaying it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're on the big old bloody thing, eh?
No, sorry, I'm changing my favourite to the one where the guy was in the front yard doing some gardening.
Yeah.
And you're like doing some gardening. He looks up. He's like, "Hey," you're like, "You're doing some gardening, mate, are you?" It's like, "You're doing some gardening, are you, mate?"
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I can't stop doing it. Every time I put like a video like that on my Instagram story, heaps of people, and I mean heaps of people all over the world, Jack, they text me, they love it, they appreciate it. I mean everything from just like the silly laughing emoji, like the laugh crying emoji, I'll get like half a dozen of those.
Yeah.
I got some mates, comics in England, and they love it because it's that stupid subtle British humour. They seem to like it, so I'll get a message like, "Oh, you've done it again," you know.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Americans would like it.
Yeah, because they just think, "Well, why are you being so stupid?"
Yeah.
You know, you fucking dickhead. You know, like
What's the joke?
Yeah. What's the joke? And it's like an American reaction that it gets from people. Like when you say that to someone, it's like they don't get, because they're unsure if they're the butt of the joke. They are. They are
Americans.
Yeah, well, the people,
you're
and
talking.
because I think when I do that to someone, they're just uncertain if I'm making fun of them or not, and they're not sure. Like if I am making fun of them, if they can confirm that, they're not sure if they should be annoyed about that.
Yeah.
Or should I be like angry at this guy? No one ever gets angry.
I was tempted to make one on Friday because I was going to a
please
show.
start making copycat.
I was on my
videos.
way to the show,
Yeah.
and this woman with an A-frame, you know, the sandwich boards that you wear over your shoulders, like an insane person. She's like, "Oh, the rapture's coming. The end
really?
is near."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like this Christian woman. She gave me a big pamphlet,
Oh shit!
the whole fucking A4 goddamn book,
She'd printed some shit off for you.
and she was hot as well. So it was interesting to me. I'm like, well, how'd
you become a wacko?
how'd you end up there?
Yeah.
And she was She was American,
Okay.
I believe. Yeah, and she went through. She talked to me for like 15 minutes. Didn't take a breath the entire time.
Telling you that the world is ending.
Yeah.
What was her reasoning?
Well, there was something in the Bible about being
Okay.
something like COVID was going to happen. That was predicted. And then, and
Yeah, that's in the Bible. Okay.
she said that God was sent to protect Trump. Yeah.
Oh, she's pro-Trump.
She's pro-Trump. She's come.
All right.
She's left Trump's country and come to a different country to defend her own
To
president.
help. Right.
I don't know what I'm going to do about
He's
it.
not the
I don't
president.
think I have any buying power in Trump's game.
No. Well, this is just it's irrelevant. I mean, you said this the other day on a Facebook post where I said something just sort of trolling, trying to annoy people, and this woman was like, "I don't buy into his games. He's probably a Trump supporter." And we're in Australia, and these are all Australian people, and you were just like, "What? Why would he have an opinion on foreign politics?"
It doesn't matter who you support either.
I mean, you could support.
You can support Trump, but you're not going to be like voting.
What's the difference if I support Trump or what? I don't. I never did. I can't, even if I want to. But I don't see it as any different or any more or less impactful than if I like the Patriots or if I like the Redskins, you know, or some
Yeah.
sort of American baseball team or football team, or my favorite golfer is Tiger Woods. It's like, don't listen to him. He probably
American.
supports Tiger Woods. You know, okay. I mean, she might as well have said that.
Yeah, that would have been a funnier thing to say.
Goddamn lunatics.
Goddamn
These people
Tiger
are
Woods supporters.
fucking crazy. I like Tiger Woods. I like that he had sex with all those prostitutes and crashed his car and shit. I like that he hit rock bottom. He was so squeaky clean.
I like that he
You
made
know?
golf cool.
He made golf
'Cause
cool.
golf is shit, it's lame.
He made golf cool initially because it was like, oh, who's this guy? Firstly, you got a black guy. That's the first thing. There's no
if
black
this dude
golfers
was
at
white-
that time. There was like, I think at the time there was an Indian guy who was crushing. Like a proper Indian guy who was a golfer who was sort of crushing. You had a couple of Chinese people who were crushing, and then there was Tiger Woods, who's like, I think he's half Chinese and half black. So he's sort of like, yeah, it's everything.
Yeah,
And he just killed and couldn't lose.
couldn't lose.
I didn't give a flying fuck until he started having sex with hookers.
If he was a white guy, it would have been even less well received when he fucked all the hookers.
It wouldn't have been okay at all. I mean, not that it was okay. It wasn't okay. It was never okay. But I mean, yeah, it was a lot of trouble, wasn't it?
Well, the thing is, a lot of people like to put themselves on the same moral pedestal as celebrities. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, well, you know, I can't believe he did that. I'm like, well,
believe anyone would do such a thing, but Tiger.
you've never,
he's so good at golf.
you have $600.
Yeah.
What are you gonna? No one wants to fuck you, let
That's
alone
true.
like 10 fucking
Man,
models.
it's such a good point. I mean, there's
You've never
nothing
had
special
$100
about the guy.
million.
He's balding. He's like a skinny. I'm not saying he's bad looking. I don't think he's bad looking, but he's at the time when he did all the prostitute stuff, he's older. Man, it just wouldn't have been an issue. I don't think he would have had such sexual sort of temptation if he was just like a regular guy.
No.
You can't judge that guy. I'm not saying what he did was right, but you can't be judged at that level. I think Bill Burr's got a bit about it. You know?
about Tiger Woods.
About
fucking?
Tiger Woods, yeah, he's like, what did he say? He's like, you don't know what it's like to finish, a game of golf, and then you go into the car park, and there's a busload of Swedish models there waiting to
Yeah.
fuck your brains out. What What are you supposed to do? What you're supposed to do is go home to your wife and listen to her annoying, nagging voice. That's what you're meant to do. But I can tell you, you might just say, the game's been extended. We're going to play another 2 or 3 holes.
It's a 22 hole game.
It's a 22 hole game. As it turns out, the winner gets to
continue playing.
Continue playing. Yeah, it's a small course.
Do we know how many people he fucked? Do we have numbers there?
It's heaps, man. It's heaps. It's heaps. Because women just kept on coming forward.
Well, you heard that the party's open, and then you're like, well, let's get in there then.
Of course, there's money to be made.
Hey, Tiger Woods just fucked 15 people. It's like, oh, well, when does he close?
The worst, exactly. And the worst thing is, apparently, he had them sign confidentiality agreements. So that's not worth the paper it's printed on. Like when he banged these girls, and he banged a bunch in Australia. So he fucked a bunch of chicks like in Australia when he was here for what's it called? The Australian Open?
No, that's tennis.
That's tennis, the Australian,
the
whatever it is. But when he was here, there was a whole bunch. There was like 20 just in Australia who came forward and were like, hey, you did sex to me. It's like, you're a prostitute. You were paid and you signed something saying to just keep it to yourself.
It's unprofessional.
Well, that's the whole thing about prostitutes. You're a professional. He's not just picking up chicks. You know why? Not because he can't, but because he expects a level of professionalism and confidentiality. You know, they should be covered by the same thing as like doctors. You know, like it's like, you know, what do they do? You get you get suspended. You know, like a sex worker gets suspended and can't work for a year.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? You're off the list.
Get your bum sewn up for a month.
Stick a cork in it, sweetheart. Yeah. You broke the rules, the sacred rules of prostitution.
Take a quarter of training.
Yeah.
Yeah, go train, come back strong.
Absolutely.
Deal with your losses.
Yep. You're back. You're out on the goddamn banana farm.
Yeah, on the bench.
On the bench. Over the bench.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah.
There's a guy driving his car down the M1. I'll give him a snorkel. How are we doing?
We're out.
Time? Oh yeah, we're out.
We're done.
We're good.
But that was interesting. That was an interesting podcast, Jack.
I'm hungover, so my shit is rough.
I enjoyed talking to you.
It's a lovely time.
You're all right, and I like us hanging out here.
Yeah, balcony pod, summertime. This is the new move.
I think we're gonna do more of this.
Oh shit, yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.